Well, happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome to Food for Talk, where we are taking health and everything Star Wars related, one number at a time. I am your host, Kelli Hawkins, and today I have such a treat. Today actually has been all about family this weekend, and so if you can see, I have a special, lovely guest here with me. This is my cousin, Rosalyn. I drove all the way up here just so she can be on my show. Today is going to actually be a special show. We have so many things to run through because May is a celebration for almost everything. So, today is Sunday, May 4th, but we're going to talk about that later. Tomorrow we have Cinco de Mayo. And then next week we have Mother's Day. We also have Memorial Day. May is the month that everybody graduates. So we have high school graduates, we have college graduates. And of course today, I would definitely like to say congratulations to the class of 2025. You guys did your thing. Journey, you already know we got you, girl. Congratulations on your accomplishment. What you think about Journey?
I know, I'm excited for her. It's amazing. I can't wait to see her.
I know. Okay, so she is part of the family that I talk about in book one. I talk about running into family. And I actually ran into this family over Facebook. I used Facebook to find family from my father's side. So she is part of the family that I talk about in book one, and we have been rocking ever since. She's actually been in the South with me for a little bit. How do you like the South as compared to the Midwest?
I love it. The weather I love. Just like it's the best because I'm done with snow. So yeah, I'm over that. So yeah.
I mean, in the Midwest, you have extreme everything. Mm-hmm. So we are going to have a really, really special and great show today. Today's dish, by the way, is going to be the cauliflower fried rice. And so, if this dish is something that you really want to learn to make, today is your day. So I told you I was going to come back to what today is. So, May the 4th, to all of the techies, it's known as Star Wars Day. So May the 4th be with you. I even have some lightsaber chopsticks, okay? So happy May the 4th be with you day to all the techies out there. But so we can go ahead and get into our dish. We're going to go ahead and start firing up our dish so then we can get into the subject matter for today. So May is Lupus Awareness Month. So we have some good information to talk about for Lupus Awareness Month. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get into our dish. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and get my pan heated. To save time on, as far as for the dish, getting the dish actually made on the show, I did a process with the rice cauliflower. So very important. Before you put your cauliflower in this dish, you are going to have to use a cheesecloth to wring all of the moisture out. If you do not do that, then you're going to have a pile of mush. So I just wanted to go ahead and get that out the way before we start our dish. So, of course, the first thing that we're going to start out with is our extra virgin olive oil. And just so everyone knows, extra virgin olive oil, especially the organic kind, is heart healthy. So I always use extra virgin olive oil for all of my dishes. So we're going to go ahead and get that heated up. Now, the first thing that we are going to add are our Vidalia onions. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to add our onions to the pan, and we're going to saute them until they're a little caramelized. So, I mean, look, we traveled to Greenville from Atlanta, and I'm not going to lie, the traffic getting here,
That's horrible.
yes.
Horrible.
Spaghetti Junction. Anybody who's in Atlanta knows about Spaghetti Junction. We were stuck at Spaghetti Junction for over 35 minutes just to get to Spaghetti Junction. I'm like, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, what?
But, you know, just coming out 85 in general, traffic, no matter what time, if you're not coming early in the morning, you're going to be in traffic.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It was so crazy. And then they had like weather alerts and stuff, but thank God we didn't run into anything bad.
Yeah.
So we're caramelizing our onions. And once we get our onions caramelized, we are going to throw in our mushrooms. Now, yes,
It's really good.
it is going to be a good treat. So, Mary, for everybody who likes the dish that I made for you for your party, this is how you do it. It's very easy. Honestly, this is like one of the easiest dishes. I do talk about this dish in book 1. I love fried rice. And in fact, every Saturday before I went to my part-time job, I used to get a carton of fried rice. Didn't know
Just
that,
like regular fried rice?
well, it was most of the time I got the beef fried rice.
Oh, okay.
But you know, sometimes I did get the chicken fried rice, but most of the time I did get the beef fried rice. But it was a thing for me. Like, I am a fried rice junkie. So when I found out that I was type 2 diabetic, I learned how to make it with cauliflower. And honestly, for everyone who has tasted this dish, they don't really recognize the difference. And even my son used to fight me over my own food. Like, Jamie, you can't have it.
Well, I'll be the taste tester because I've never had cauliflower rice.
Oh my gosh. Oh, she is going to be a treat. And I've got some grilled chicken for her too. So she is going to be in for a treat. So we do have our onions. They're caramelizing a little bit. But let's go ahead and we're going to throw in some sliced baby Bella mushrooms. So we're going to go ahead and get that in our pan. And again, you know, it's a process that I use. During this particular part of making the dish, if you want to throw in some garlic, you can throw in garlic. Like, you know, again, I don't say that my books are cookbooks. I just say that they're recipe idea books, because you can take any of those recipes and, you know, add something, take something away, and just make it your own.
Have you made it with garlic before?
I have not. Yeah, I have never put it. Yeah, like what I would do is I would put garlic powder.
Okay.
But I know that, you know, a lot of times, like when you put the minced garlic in, you know, with the onions and peppers and all of that, it does give it a more robust flavor. Yes. Yes. So again, hey, she knows how to cook now. We have actually had a very, very fun time coming here to South Carolina. Our super producer, Amazing Grace, we went over to her family's house last night, and we really had a blast.
We did. And not knowing she was only like 10 minutes from me, so it's like, oh my gosh, I have a new friend.
Yeah, and it's a small world, you know. That's something else, how you can go somewhere and, you know, and not in the same state.
Right.
And then you come across someone that either you know or someone who knows you in another state knows. I mean, it is a small world.
Yeah, it is.
Very small world. So I went ahead and put just a little bit more olive oil in my pan, but my pan is sizzling real good right now. So we're getting our veggies cooked a little bit more.
So I've never cooked with mushrooms.
Really?
Never.
Oh my
So this is new
God.
to me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you about one of the demonstrations that I did. This lady she swore that her daughter didn't like mushrooms.
Mhm.
And when her daughter tasted this dish, she ate mushrooms and all.
Oh wow.
And even her mom was surprised. And the little girl was about, what, 7 or 8 years old? Yeah. So now, what I'm going to go ahead and do now, I think our vegetables are caramelized enough. We're going to go ahead and add our rice cauliflower. So again, the cauliflower that I use is the Green Giant medley. And the medley has a little bit of peas, a little bit of carrots, and I think it has like a little bit of minced green onion in it also. But I use this particular version of it because I don't have to really add that many peas and carrots.
Mm-hmm.
For a diabetic, peas and carrots, you really have to limit the peas and carrots because they have a little bit more carbs and sugars in them. So,
see, I loaded up. That's good to know.
yeah. So, I'll go ahead and turn this up just a little bit more. We're gonna, and this is actually the stage that I'm going to put just a little seasoning in here. Maybe I'll just cook it just a little bit more. But again, we've got, what, 3 ingredients in here already. And so let's go ahead and put in our bean sprouts. So I use bean sprouts in this dish. And I have, I've had some really, really good reviews with using the bean sprouts.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I do use the bean sprouts. So now, I did forget some of the seasonings that I normally use in my fried rice, but I got a different version of it. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start with some black pepper.
Now, have you ever done this with like fresh cauliflower?
I have not, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I don't use fresh cauliflower on anything.
Okay.
Okay, I have to let everybody know I just don't really like the taste of cauliflower like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that when you use fresh cauliflower, even with my pizza crust,
Mm-hmm.
it's something about the process they use when they freeze it. You're not gonna burp cauliflower all day.
Really?
Yes. So like the last time I did fresh cauliflower, I did fresh cauliflower to make some of my pizza crust.
Okay.
And it was delicious,
Mm-hmm.
but I just burped cauliflower all day. So I just didn't like that. So I found that just using the frozen just gives me what I am looking for. So now I'm just doing a little ground sea salt. I normally don't use sea salt, but again, I left my spices at home. And a little far away from home. I just
to run back.
yes, I couldn't turn back. So so now we have our black pepper and we have our salt. Now I am going to use just a little bit of onion powder. So we're going to get us some onion powder in here. And then I am going to use a little bit of garlic powder. Now, for the subject that we are talking about today, sometimes garlic is not your friend when it comes to swelling joints. Garlic and other things can trigger certain things that happen in your body. So we are going to use some garlic powder, But this is not a requirement. It's still going to taste good if you leave it out. But we're going to get to that a little bit later in our show because we are going to talk about lupus. I guess as much as we can because this show goes so fast.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about lupus as much as we can, but definitely garlic can be a trigger. So we do have us a little seasoning in here. Now, I have gotten better by this, but this is some fried rice seasoning.
Okay.
So it's
So
going to
it's already
have,
a pre-mix.
yes, yes. Now, there is a brand that has one, you know,
Oh, okay.
that one is really good.
Okay.
But, you know, I left it at home. So we got to use this version. So I'm going to use a little bit of our fried rice seasoning in here. And so we're going to go ahead and get that squared away.
It's smelling very good.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. And I am going to say that when I use this particular fryer, my rice turns out so good. And so does my cabbage. Like if I use like a regular pan, sometimes my cabbage doesn't get that brown on it that I like. But this definitely cooks
it brown.
yes, yes. So now, guess what? I am going to add a little bit of peas and carrots just to give it just some more vegetables in our dish. I do not use corn. Again, you have to watch certain vegetables. Even as a diabetic, corn is definitely nothing but sugar. So you do want to watch. And then
it doesn't even, you don't break it down when you eat it. It just comes out.
yeah. They say that corn and what is that? Iceberg lettuce has no nutritional value. So
the darker the leaf, the better.
Yes, yes. And that's, you know, that's one thing about it. My favorite lettuce is the red leaf lettuce because of the color.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, you see how easy this is, Miss Mary? So we're still sauteing our fried rice. Now, I am going to add something at the end of this process. We are going to go ahead and slide. Do we want to put the chicken in just yet? No. We're going to make our hole.
So what are we making whole for?
We're going to make our hole for our eggs.
So she's doing the full meal.
Yes, I am. I made a different version of this morning, and I didn't have the eggs. I was like, you were just forgetting everything.
Oh, wow.
Everything. So again, this dish is very, very easy to make. You know, again, you don't want to have too much seasoning. You want to get this just right because we are at the very, very end. We are going to throw a little bit of soy sauce in our dish. So basically, this is how I do the egg. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit more. And the reason why I throw the meat in last, I don't want the meat to like cook more.
Yeah,
because
it's tough.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get our egg cooked here. Get our pan. Okay, there we go. This pan is like an omen, I swear. The last time I used this pan, it kept turning off of the connector that I had it connected to. But we're gonna get through this one too.
Yeah, I think I was pressing on here and it was slowly but surely coming out.
But our dish is actually almost done. By the time we get the egg cooked here, We're gonna throw in our meat and our green onion, and then we're gonna throw in a little soy sauce and pop the lid on for a second. But that's it. That is all to making this dish.
That was fast.
Yes, and you know, Roz has been sitting here watching me. I think the hardest thing I did was wring out the cauliflower.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. That was a lot.
It was. You know, okay, so I don't cater, but I did have one of our Level Up Nation people ask me to make some of this for her housewarming.
Okay.
And she wanted all three versions of this dish. So she wanted the chicken, the beef, and the shrimp.
But
So-
how large of a pan did you have to do?
Like about that size.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's, I mean, you have to do
A lot. And this is 2 bags. This is only 2 bags. I had to do 14.
no.
I had to do 14. So that was a big job. So guess what? Now we're adding our meat, which is chicken. We're doing grilled chicken, and then we're adding some green onion. And so after we add this part, we are basically done with this dish. I am going to pop the lid on it.
Now it looks like it's a lot when you put the chicken in there.
Yes. So the more items that you add into it, you kind of fill it out more.
Okay.
So it does give that illusion
Mm-hmm.
of it being fried rice.
Right.
So guess what? The last thing we're gonna do with this is we're gonna throw in just a little bit of soy sauce. Again, you don't want to put too much because soy sauce can be extremely salty. So you just want to throw in just a little bit just to get that flavor in there. Give it a good stir.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just gonna pop the lid on this so that it can basically cook a little bit more. And basically that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and get this all cooked up, and then we're gonna plate it up. But the reason why Rosalyn is here, the month of May, Lupus Awareness Month, is something that she can actually really speak about from her own experience with dealing with lupus. I know that we talked in depth about your early symptoms. I know that she even talked about what it actually is. Now, I've heard of lupus, but I never knew what lupus was. So we're going to get into the meat of the discussion, but we do have to take our first break. So when we come back from break, we are going to talk about Rosalyn's experience with lupus. We will be right back.
Powder Springs, Georgia, and surrounding area. Do you have something to pack, ship, print, copy, fax? Well, make your way to Mail in the Box, your neighborhood business center, located at 4400 Brownsville Road, Suite 105, Powder Springs, Georgia, 30127. Mail in the Box offers a plethora of services which include notary services, digital fingerprinting, document shredding, passport photos, physical and virtual mailboxes, just to name a few. For more information about the services offered, please stop by their website at www.mailinthebox.net. Mail in the Box, your neighborhood business center. And tell them that Kelly sent you.
Kelly Bryant, and I am the face of a type 2 diabetic. I am also the author of a book series called Numbers that is available on Amazon. Numbers is about how I used a low-carb diet lifestyle to get my numbers into non-diabetic range.
I am living proof that it is possible to go from a 16.6 A1C to a 5.2. So let's kick type 2 diabetes one number at a time.
And let's have a moment of clarity. There's freedom in your transparency. When you speak, you release, that's therapy. It's my decision to listen and do it carefully. Wanna live carefree? Well, it's gonna start. When secrets are kept, families are torn apart. I wanna do my part to help heal your heart. Shed some light on your life when your days are dark. Help ignite a spark that'll bring change. Be your shelter from the rain, assist with.
Yo, here we go. Intro for my show. Nice though, hot like nitro. Cool as ice though. With that type of dichotomy, y'all know it's gotta be. Who else could it be but T? Rub your eyes, behold the Tony D. I'm the Dream Supreme DJ straight out of Queens. I'm eclectic, the dope is selected. Emerging music break, Tony D will take. Yeah.
Well, Tony, I don't care, long as you take me there, someplace to ease my mind.
This is recording artist Bertrand McKinney, aka Birdie, and you're listening to CHH Jams, where the bars come from the word. Y'all keep it locked.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. This is Orlando Presents right here on CHH Jam Presents. Make sure y'all tune in every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and check out our new show, CHH Jam Presents, right here on The Real Level Up. Let's go, y'all. Let's level up, level up. Let's get it. CHH Jam Presents.
Hello, everyone. This is Pat Nash of Pat Nash Talks, where we have the conversations that create real relationships. I'm here every single Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and you can find us right here on Level Up Nation. See you then.
So we are now back from our break. So guess what? I have all of this done and we have plated it for my cousin. So basically we got into the dish so fast that I did not get to say my Bible verse for the day. So my Bible verse is a verse that is simple. We are talking from Job 8:7. And it's a very simple but a very powerful verse it is. So we have, and though your beginning was small, your latter days will be very great. Again, you do have to start small before you can get big, and that says a lot about my life, your life. I can think 5 years ago, I was not as far as I am today. So very powerful Bible verse. And basically that is going to lead us into our discussion about lupus. So basically, Rosalyn and I had an in-depth discussion about what lupus actually is. So Rosalyn, could you please explain to us what is lupus and how did you find out?
So lupus is an autoimmune disorder, excuse me. It's not contagious. A lot of people will ask me, oh, can I catch it from you or anything like that? I'm like, no, I'm not even quite sure how I got it, you know, because in my family, I don't know anyone like my mom, dad, siblings, anyone that actually has it or had it. So it's still a mystery to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's, like I said, it's an autoimmune disorder.
Mm-hmm.
It basically, your body is attacking itself.
Oh, wow.
So it's thinking that at any given time, your organs could be a foreign body.
Gotcha.
So, you know, you can have issues with your joints, you can have issues with your heart,
Mm-hmm.
you know, your skin can break out, your lungs, the whole 9 yards. So I've had a few different battles with, you know, different things as far as organs and this, that, and the other. So it's been a good while that I've been diagnosed with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a while to actually get diagnosed with it. So
tell us about the process, because again, you know, with anything, you're not just diagnosed with it. You have to go through a series of tests. So tell me what the tests were like.
So when I first started just even getting symptoms of it, it was like bad joint pain, almost like arthritis.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm too young to have arthritis. So what's going on, you know? And getting up out of the bed, it was, you know, my joints were sore, muscles were sore, almost like a hard workout.
Gotcha.
And then you wake up the next day really sore. So, you know, I continued on, went to work, and at the time I was working at a dermatology office.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor was like, have you been to another doctor to get checked out, blah, blah, blah. And just different things that I would tell him. He said, that kind of reminds me of an autoimmune disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure which one, but how about you go see Dr. So-and-so upstairs? So yet I did. We had like a series of different tests that was ran.
Mm-hmm.
But even once I got the results,
Mm-hmm.
we still couldn't pin it on lupus.
I got you.
It was like 4 different diagnoses that he gave. Just imagine you having something like that, and then all of a sudden the doctor comes back, well, it could be this, 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 or this.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You know what? Pick the best one and give me that, because I don't want any of them, you know. But that's kind of how we went through it. And I went to a PCP first.
Gotcha.
To get all the blood work done. Then he referred me to a rheumatologist.
Mm-hmm.
And so from there, the rheumatologist, you know, of course, we went through the history and, you know, how did it start, what symptoms I've had, and the whole 9 yards. And then he did some more extensive testing, like double-stranded DNA testing, just a lot.
Gotcha.
And he finally narrowed it down to it being lupus.
Wow.
But we continue on because a lot of the diagnoses kind of mimic
I got you.
each other. So over the years, I will continue to get certain tests done
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of make sure it's still confirming that I have lupus.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's been since I was, I would say about 26 or so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, I am going to jump in here because, you know, again, we had a very in-depth discussion about her experience. And remember, I always talk about how there's certain things that we ignore because we just chuck it off like, you know, it's whatever. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I didn't drink enough water. And even though Ross has been in the healthcare field for over 20 years. You know, again, this is us being human. But something stuck out to me when she told me about one of her symptoms. So she talked about a symptom that she had with her hand, like when she was holding a cold a can of Coke or something like that. Tell us about what that symptom was.
So it kind of felt like almost, well, I can't say frostbite because I've never had that, but
Mhm.
you would think that it's frostbite because all my fingers just went numb and white, like there was no blood circulation in them.
Mhm.
So just to even pick up a fork or anything, it hurt really
Wow.
bad. And the only way I could get the circulation back was to run my hands under warm water.
Oh, wow.
And I'm at work trying to do this because my hands will get cold, just randomly get cold. But that's where the doctor that I was working with,
Mhm.
he said, well, that's Raynaud's, and that's what triggered him to say, hey, why don't you go and see the PCP and get blood work done? And that's how all that came about.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't have it like I used to.
Mhm.
And I try to stay away from my triggers, getting real cold, things like that. But
And garlic.
yeah, it's certain foods, but I love garlic. So. But there's certain foods that are inflammatory
Mhm.
that I'm not supposed to eat. But it's like the flavor, I love it. So, but yeah, you just kind of have to watch different things like that, and stay away from your triggers. So you can have less flares, but sometimes,
Mhm.
they just come. I can wake up the next day and it's all of a sudden my knees hurt or my feet hurt, or,
Mhm.
and it'll last a couple days and then it's gone.
Wow.
So you get, a lot of people will say, oh, well, you don't look sick. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to look if I'm sick? So, yeah. So, and a lot of times, when I'm sore or aching or something like that, they was like, well, why don't you call your doctor? I'm like, for what? Like, they're going to give me steroids or something like that to kind of help with it. I don't want to take steroids. So
Gotcha.
I know what it is. I know why it's happening. So I just kind of like bear with it,
Mhm.
stretch, do whatever, and then move on about my day. So.
Now, she mentioned steroids. So we did talk about what her early treatment was. So tell us what your early treatment was when you were first diagnosed.
So when I first diagnosed, the common drug that they put you on is Plaquenil.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps. I still will have flares, but what they really put me on to kind of cut down some of the pain that I was having, because that's when I had the most pain was in the beginning. They put me on high doses of prednisone.
Gotcha.
So, and of course, I was really trying to get away from that because over time it breaks down your bone.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was really trying to get away from that. So I would kind of fudge a little bit of my pain so I wouldn't have to take such a high dose of it.
Gotcha.
But after, I would say maybe a year or so,
Mm-hmm.
that portion of it started to subside a little bit and wasn't as bad, but then I would run into other issues like I had pleurisy, which is inflammation of the lungs.
Oh.
So that felt like stabbing pains just to breathe.
Oh gosh.
So I would take like short, shallow breaths just to breathe. So the doctors that I worked with, they was like, well, you have to breathe. I'm like, not when it feels like this, so it was a lot in the beginning. I would say now my pain is not as severe as it was back then.
Gotcha.
But I had that. I actually had my spleen removed.
Oh wow.
Because it was eating up my platelets.
Oh gosh.
So and even before that happened, they put me on 2 separate rounds. I started my first round of a targeted chemotherapy drug
Mm-hmm.
called Rituxan, but that was back home in Missouri.
Gotcha.
So I started that and I did that for a while, and then it helped, but then eventually my platelets dropped again.
Oh wow.
And then when I moved to North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
I followed up, of course, with rheumatologists and everything, and they did another round because the hematologist said it's your spleen eating up. The same thing that they said in Missouri, but I was like, no, I want to do a surgery,
Yeah.
let's try this again. They said, okay, if we try this again and it doesn't work, we have to remove your sling.
Wow.
And I saw the doctor about that, and we went through all the trials, and he said, you know what, if you were my family member, I will get it done. And so he said, but we need to do it once your platelets are at a certain level. So they had to be at least around 58. And then he said, we got to go ahead and do it. So I went ahead and had it done and hadn't had an issue with my platelets since.
Oh my
They haven't dropped
gosh.
since.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah.
See, and this is what I'm saying, you know, audience, you know, again, I did my research, and lupus affects approximately 1.5 million. We're talking about in the United States area, but worldwide, we're talking about 5 million people that this particular autoimmune disease actually affects. And it stated that the most affected are women of childbearing age. It does affect children, it affects men, but the most affected are women of childbearing age. So, you know, again, we have to become aware. We have to educate ourselves. Again, that's another reason why numbers is so important. That entire phrase is important because you talked about platelets. Like, so where were your platelets at the time?
So when that was happening the first time around, and I was in Missouri, it had gotten down to a 12.
Oh.
Yeah. I was at work.
Oh my gosh.
And the secretary that was by me, she was like, you need to go to your doctor. And by the way, we went, it was at a 12. He said, you're going straight to the hospital.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so I was in there for 2 weeks, came home, didn't feel well, went right back. It was down to a 6. So yeah,
my.
so it was like, okay, we have to do this.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow. I told you guys this was a very, very important discussion. If you know anyone who are basically experiencing these same symptoms, please make sure that you know, encourage them to go and see their doctor. You know, let me ask you a question. What would be the long-term effects if someone were to neglect their health as being, you know, diagnosed with lupus?
Well, for me to still, I hate to say still living, but that could be a factor as far as any situation that I've had, like not going to the doctor because my platelets drop or ever having the surgery. I couldn't probably not be here today. So
See?
yeah.
And it's very important for us not to ignore our health, especially women. So I'm going to do something real quick because Rosalyn hasn't even tasted our cauliflower fried rice. So let me go ahead because we're about to end the show. I told you that it was going to go fast and she ain't even talked about everything. So let's let her taste this wonderful rice cauliflower dish. Let's go ahead and get my cousin's opinion. You see the family resemblance? Yes.
Very good. And I can't even tell that it's cauliflower.
Yeah.
Like it has the consistency of rice.
See? I keep trying to tell you guys, it is not that hard to substitute for your health. This is a more healthier dish for a diabetic. Again, it tastes just like the real thing. You're not going to miss anything. And again, we're about to close the show out. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys my ears. Again, today is May the 4th. Happy Star Wars Day to everyone. We have a boatload of shows for you guys to enjoy on this Sunday. We started out with Dr. Kyrie Listens. Then we went to The Real Level Up with our matriarch, Angee from the B, and then, of course, Mr. Scribe. And then, of course, you got me with Food for Talk. Next, we have the new artist profile with Tony D and Imelda. Then we have, I'm telling you, we have a lot.
Yeah, you do.
Then we have CHH Jams with Kimberly, Birdie, and Orlando. And then we close the night out with Pat. So guess what? We are done for the day. Keep watching the Level Up Nation. Thank you so much, cousin. I love you.
Love you too.
And we will see you next month.
Powder Springs, Georgia, and surrounding area. Do you have something to pack, ship, print, copy, fax? Well, make your way to Mail in the Box, your neighborhood business center, located at 4400 Brownsville Road, Suite 105, Powder Springs, Georgia, 30127. Mail in the Box offers a plethora of services which include notary services, digital fingerprinting, document shredding, passport photos, physical and virtual mailboxes, just to name a few. For more information about the services offered, please stop by their website at www.mailinthebox.net. Mail in the Box, your neighborhood business center, and tell them that Kelli sent you.
My name is Kelli Bryant, and I am the face of a type 2 diabetic. I am also the author of a book series called Numbers that is available on Amazon. Numbers is about how I used a low-carb diet lifestyle to get my numbers into non-diabetic range. I am living proof that it is possible to go from a 16.6 A1C to a 5.2. So let's kick type 2 diabetes one number at a time.
And let's have a moment of clarity. There's freedom in your transparency. When you speak, you release. That's therapy. It's my decision to listen and do it carefully. Wanna live carefree? Well, it's gonna start. When secrets are kept, families are torn apart. I wanna do my part to help heal your heart. Shed some light on your life when your days are dark. Help ignite a spark that'll bring change. Be your shelter from the rain. Assist with
Yo, here we go. Intro for my show. Nice though, hot like nitro. Cool as ice though. With that type of dichotomy, y'all know it's gotta be. Who else could it be but T? Rub your eyes, behold the Tony D. I'm the Dream Supreme DJ straight out of Queens. I'm eclectic, the dopest selected. Emerging music break. Tony D will take, yeah.
Well, Tony, I don't care, long as you take me there, someplace to ease my mind.
This is recording artist Bertrand McKinney, aka Birdie, and you're listening to CHH Jams, where the bars come from the word. Y'all keep it locked.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. This is Orlando Presents right here on CHH Damn Presents. Make sure y'all tune in every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and check out our new show, CHH Jam Presents, right here on The Real Level Up. Let's go, y'all. Let's level up, level up. Let's get it. CHH Jam Presents.
Hello, everyone. This is Pat Nash of Pat Nash Talks, where we have the conversations that create real relationships. I'm here every single Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and you can find us right here on Level Up Nation. See you then.